Top five, top five, top five.
So topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wang. He is Nate. Today we're doing top 5 party movies in honor of House Party, which is a remake of the film House Party, if you didn't know. But he'll tell you how the top 5s work, and then we'll get into it.
He's going to start with his 5 and 4. I'll give my 5 and 4, 3-2, 3-2, then we trade off number ones. We also have something called the Zemeckis rule, which just means that we both have the same movie on our list, but one person has it 2 slots or higher. We each talk about it once.
Number 5 for me is going to be Animal House, which is definitely not on your list.
No, it's not.
But it's number 5 because there's not really a point to the party. There's just a lot of parties going on throughout the film. Mm-hmm. The toga party being the most famous one in the film, and just the importance they put on that is wrote to seem really special, and it feels important. But partying is not the main purpose of the film. It's just it goes on a lot of the movie. But number 4 is House Party, and kids' parents are out of town. What do?
Throw a party.
Obviously.
Fucking your best friend's grounded. You gotta get to this party anyways. There's your fucking movie. It's got Kid and Play in it. They're the main characters. What really sets the movie over the top for me is I don't know which one's which. Kid or Play, one of them. Their father, Robin Harris, comedian, passed away really early, but he was in this movie. The funniest motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious. So for him being in this movie, it gives it that nudge for me. And the plot of the movie is I have to get to this fucking party, which is done too much nowadays. Mm-hmm. Is obviously popularized by a movie we'll probably talk about later, but this is probably the first movie where it's hey, we gotta do whatever we fucking can to get to this fucking party.
So when I made my list, I realized that I don't even really like party movies that much.
Loser! You're a loser!
And also had a really hard time deciding what I was going to consider a party movie, because there are lots of movies that I do like that have really important big party scenes in them, but the movie isn't really about a party. So I tried to make it movies where it was about a party, or at least everything took place at one party. So this was kind of tough for me. Honestly, there's one movie on my list that I will probably rewatch a couple more times before I die. Another movie that I could stand to rewatch it maybe once or twice more. And then a bunch of other movies that I don't care if I ever see again. But these are the party movies that I've seen, so here we go. Number 5 for me is called Take Me Home Tonight. I don't think have you ever seen it? I know I told you about it at one point.
I bought it.
Because
it was on sale for $1.
I had a lot of fun with this movie. Objectively, it's not a great movie. It all takes place, so all these kids are basically just graduated college. So they're all young professionals. And they're all back in town because the kid who threw all the house parties in high school is throwing one last party, right? So it's got Topher Grace in it. But basically the premise of the movie is kind of anti... I don't know the word I'm looking is. It's kind of like the anti-American dream movie, finding what makes you happy in life outside of the getting a nice job, starting a family, yada, yada, yada. But it still has a lot of the raunchy aspects to it. At some point in time, there's this weird German couple in there that's trying to find someone to fuck the girl while the guy can watch, and that's a whole little bit. There's some cocaine. There's someone who gets inside of a giant ball made of metal and rolls in it down a hill. There's some wild shit in this movie. But I really like what's at the heart of it. So that's my number 5.
You sold me on it. I'll watch it immediately.
Yeah, and with the preface of, it's not that good of a movie. It's just, it is fun.
Nudity in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
And I don't remember there being anything specifically because a lot of times these party movies, they'll have one or two gross out gags in them. I don't remember any of that in this. I'm sure there's probably a puke joke or something in it because it's a party movie, but number 4 for me is Project X, which
Gross.
is not a good movie. The only reason I gave it the 4 spot is because I remember when this movie came out, there are very few movies that do what this movie did anymore, in that everybody in a certain age group was either talking about how much they wanted to go see this movie, talking about how much they liked the movie, talking about how much they want to throw a Project X party. Like, it made a legitimate cultural impact if you were like a young 20-something or below when this movie came out. And even though the movie itself is really not that good, that says something about it, and I think that deserves some credit. So I made it my number 4.
That's fair.
Number 3 for you, boy, is going to be Bachelor Party. Party's in the title. Tom Hanks is getting married. You got to throw a bachelor party.
Makes sense.
This is a lot of funny gags. They have this little competition where they try and prank the women, and you get this amazing scene.
Strange Wang right in my palm.
And that was way before I seen this movie. I was already given the name Strange Wang by my boy Brian. And then I saw this and I was like, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was in the palm of that MILF's hand.
Wow, there you go.
But very funny movie. Tom Hanks, 80s comedy, very good. Much better than your bachelor party. It wasn't really a party. It was a weekend.
Yeah, other than the insane amount of sunburn, my bachelor weekend was exactly what I wanted it to be. Incredibly low-key.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
He wouldn't let us go to a strip club.
That's true. I would not.
You know I wanted to go. The one guy, he wanted to go for the steak and eggs. But
Chris.
that's a different story. Very fun movie, though. I think that's one like raunchy comedies that you would watch and you would be like, that's actually pretty decent.
No, I love Tom Hanks, and I feel like him being in it would like shift the tone of what I would expect it to be something I would like. I want to see that movie. Like, it's on my list
because it's one of those like ones. It's like every like sitcom has like this episode, if it will fit. Oh, I don't want a crazy party. My wife doesn't want me to have a crazy party.
Right.
And the best man's like, yeah, okay. Here at Sono Topical, we're unfortunately poor. And this money you see on screen, that's CGI. That's not real money. Because again, we're poor. So if you want to click in the ad eye in the corner, that video is monetized and we can make money off it. So please go watch it.
And if you click an ad, we make more money. And if you really want to help, there's the thanks button right there below this video.
But number 2 for me might be a little controversial. Superbad.
That's my number 1.
I figured it's probably everyone's number 1.
Yeah.
It popularized the, hey, we gotta get to this party by any means necessary.
Yeah.
That everyone's ripped off.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 5 years, everyone ripped this fucking premise off.
Yeah,
It's
Superbad,
fucking ridiculous.
Despite being very good,
It's very, very good.
started a trend that was not good. But
Like, I don't know, it's so weird because like people really fuck with those movies. Like, not all of them, but like some of them they like fuck with heavy
yeah,
and like fuck with them really, really heavy.
I know.
But I don't like any of them except for one.
Immature people with really bad taste in movies fuck heavy with that.
No, I'm talking
those
about
Evan Goldberg, like Seth, whatever.
No,
you just
I'm
like
talking
party
about
movies.
Booksmart.
Oh,
That was a super
Yeah.
bad ripoff everyone loved.
basically, Booksmart was not that good.
Emergency.
Plan B was way better than Booksmart, which I wanted to put on this list, but it's not really a party movie. So
No, definitely not. Same premise,
yeah,
somewhat. But it did a lot of things I like really didn't enjoy now. It's like, this is your fault, Superbad.
yeah,
People watched this in high school and they was like, I want to make a movie like Superbad, and then they did.
yeah.
But I love this movie. I related a lot. I'm gonna say growing up. I'm still growing up. I guess I'm growing. I don't know. Of Jonah Hill and Michael Cera. I felt like I was equal parts of both of them, just combined into one person.
Sure.
That was my personality a while ago. But a very funny movie. I really, really hate the cops. And everything that has to do with the cops.
Oh, and
I understand.
Superbad?
Yeah, I understand why the cops are in this film,
Yeah, they have to cockblock McLovin.
but everything else outside the cops.
Damn near perfection.
So here's my thing. I understand that you, like, when everybody gets split up, you have to have something for McLovin to be doing while the other two are on their little, like, adventure. But realistically, like, even if you cut out all of the McLovin and cop scenes and still just kept them cock blocking him one, like, they still would have been just as effective.
Yeah.
So I agree with you that the setup for establishing their relationship just for that we cock blocked McLovin scene, which was probably like the 6th most quoted thing from that movie. It's not that
They
necessary.
literally could have said, "Hey, you're coming with us. Like, you're not getting this liquor.
Yeah.
Come with us." And then, like, one more scene later on where they just, like, take him out, like, bum alley. And, like, this is what you gonna turn out with. Like, try to give him a little talk, or whatever the fuck.
Right.
And then let him go. And that's when he's walking home and he runs into the other two.
Yeah.
Same movie.
Yeah.
Just the cops are fucking... Bill Hader's... I don't hate him as much as I do Seth Rogen. But them together in this movie is fucking god-awful.
Yeah, I feel that.
But this movie does have a lot of heart in it, a lot of good comedy scenes. It also has a beautiful cover of These Eyes by Michael Cera.
Well, something like that. Yeah. Superbad is like everything that is good about this type of movie. And it's funny. Like, actually funny. It doesn't rely on like there is like some shock value stuff. There is some gross out stuff, like the period blood after he dances with a girl and like things like that.
Yeah.
That I could personally do without. But
Oh, that's pretty funny.
that's gross. That's just gross.
It's Mother Nature.
But like setting it up to like it causes conflict between him and that dude and all that good stuff. Yeah. Like at least it was used for something, you know, and not just. But really, what makes Superbad great is that it is not like, yes, they both have a love interest, but the movie is not about that at all. Like, they don't even like, they kind of get their girls at the end, but it's literally like they run into them at a shopping mall and then just like walk off together. Like, after that, they probably all go to college and then, like, you know, maybe they hook up once when they both come back home over spring break or something, or like winter break or something, you know. Like, it's not about that. It's about friendship and about like hanging on to it even when you are going to end up going separate ways. And like, so Superbad actually has an insane amount of heart behind it, which is what most like of these like party stoner-esque like movies are missing. They try to do it, but it doesn't stick because they just don't develop it as well as Superbad did. Because it also just talks about like real shit between friends, and it's not just this like craze fest. So Superbad's my number one. I don't disagree with you about the cop stuff though.
Yeah.
My number 3 is the first Hangover, which I guess, I mean, it's about a bachelor party gone wrong.
Yeah.
But
you don't see the party though.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the movie is about them putting the party together. So you actually do, ultimately, you're piecing it, what happened at the party together with them. And then obviously at the end you get to see all the Polaroids and shit. But, yeah, Hangover is fine. I think it's better than my 3 and 4 technically. The first one was really funny.
Yeah.
Also, like, a cultural phenomenon when it came out. Like, everybody was freaking talking about The Hangover. And you know what? If they had just stopped and didn't make 2 and 3, which I understand that they would never do that because all of them made money, except the third one, which is I think why they quit. But like,
thank God.
If you just had the first Hangover and it just existed by itself, it like the other two like legitimately made the first one not as good. But if you're looking at the first one individually, it's pretty good and I like it.
Yeah.
And then
it's so crazy how like just like even like movies and like somewhat recent memory or just like so talked about. It's kind of mind blowing because you don't get that much anymore.
Yeah.
Unless it's Top Gun 2.
Yeah, right. Or depending on like who you follow on Twitter, because my thing is like, have you hate like you spend more time around the people who are more like most likely to just go see the big movies at the
Common
time.
folk.
So like, have you like are people that you spend time around like are they talking about Avatar?
No.
Yeah. So like a lot of people.
I think I was asked about it one time.
A lot of people in like the film verse are talking about it, obviously, because it's like it hasn't passed Top Gun Maverick yet, but it's going to be the highest grossing movie of 2022.
Gross.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
That's one because Avatar 3 is coming out next year, right?
We're getting them every 2 years.
Oh, damn.
So 2024. So it is 2023. So technically next year, yes, Avatar 4 is coming out.
Okay.
But
because
or Avatar 3.
I was thinking, I was like, damn, that one should have made my like list from last week. The least anticipated movies of 2023.
Yeah. Well, you can put it on next year's
I
list.
will. It'd be number 1 too.
But yeah, I can't remember what we're talking about. Anyways.
People talking about Avatar.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Project X, The Hangover, people don't just like talk about movies like they used to like that. Like movies don't have as much of an impact as they used to.
It's a damn shame.
It is a damn shame. I hope it changes. It feels like things are shifting back to more of a place that I like, but not quite where it used to be.
Yeah.
So my number 2, not necessarily about one party. It's about a string of parties culminating in one big party that just causes some people to lose their shit. And my number 2 is Neighbors.
Solid.
Yeah. I am also not a huge Seth Rogen fan, but the movies that I do like Seth Rogen in are ones where he isn't like he's goofy in every movie he's in. But there are some movies where, like, he's a goofball, but he's not necessarily, like, a complete stoner or just a comic relief guy. Sometimes he is, like, playing his version of the straight man. And those are the movies that I really like him in. 50-50 is a good example. And
Long Shot.
The Long Shot, yeah. And so in this one, he's kind of doing the same. Like, he's your everyman of the movie to, like, Zac Efron's, like, frat dude, right? The only thing that, honestly, the only part of this movie that I just really don't like is the one, like, gross out humor scene where his wife has, like, a blockage in her, like, mammary duct or whatever. And that's just fucking gross. And you didn't need to show that. Anyways, there's, like, because they have a baby, so his wife is lactating.
Oh.
And there's one scene where she has, like, a blockage in her duct. So they just show this, like, gross, puffy, like, infected looking tit.
Ew, that was completely unnecessary. Disgusting.
And it's just like, I don't remember.
That's
not funny. And like, I understand you just want the shock value. I hate when people do shit for shock value. It drives me nuts. But the movie itself is pretty funny. And I even like the way it ends with like, because like really the conflict of the movie is these two adults who feel like they have just like oversettled. It's like, oh my, like we're not even fun anymore. Like we're just doing this thing. And like, then they have an opportunity. Like it's annoying at first. And then they're like, oh, they're being chill with us. We could be young again and have fun. But then they realize that that actually isn't all it's cracked up to be. And that in fact, growing up and living like a little bit quieter of a life is actually incredibly nice. And I can relate to that. So, I love the way it ends with him running into Zac Efron later, and he's just like a fucking Abercrombie and Fitch model standing outside the store, not really doing anything. And then like basically Seth Rogen has the realization that like, I thought this guy had everything that I didn't have, and he does have a lot of things that I don't have, but my life is still better. So I appreciate that about that movie.
I don't know, man. I'll take going to a Robert De Niro party.
Well,
being Seth Rogen any day of the week.
Well, I wouldn't want to. I don't know that I'd. Well, I mean, I would go to one of Robert De Niro's parties for sure, but
No, a Robert De Niro party. Where they all dressed up.
where they are all different De Niros, yeah.
Who would you be?
I wouldn't want to go to that Robert De Niro party. I would go to like
Why not that one?
Because that one is just full of a bunch of fucking kids acting stupid. I don't want to be around that. That's annoying.
If you was there,
It's fucking loud, but I'm not.
I'm saying like
I'm 32. I'm not.
You're that age.
Yeah, when I was that age, I would have loved that shit.
Who would you go to? What De Niro would you be? That's the fucking question.
Wait, if I was that age, or like, what would I go as now?
Have them both.
Well, right now I would go as De Niro in The Intern.
That's funny.
Back then, I don't know. I still probably would have picked like a little more low key one. Like, I would have just shown up in a suit and been like, "Yeah, I'm De Niro from Heat."
Get a buzz cut. A little tall stack.
Yeah.
I don't like my answer, but I don't want to cut my hair, so Matt's Katie.
Oh, gross.
Because, I mean, collar shirts, long hair, scribble some shit on my arms, scribble some shit on my knuckles, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Party mode. But, number one for me, that was your two as well?
Yeah, and my number one was The Hangover, so... Is it Sausage Party?
No, your number one was,
Or Superbad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Party in the title. No, number one for me is Good Boys. If you haven't seen this movie, it's the better version of Superbad, I think. It's 5th grade Superbad at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. You have these 3 friends.
I remember the trailer.
In 5th grade. And they're going to middle school. And to end off the year, before they go to middle school, there's a kissing party at the popular kid's house. One kid gets invited, and he's like, "Hey, can I bring my 2 friends?" And the guy's hesitant about it. He's like, "Yeah, you guys can come, fuck it." So the 2 nematodes is with the one kid who's going to the party, the cool popular kid, and they have to get to this fucking party. And all the shenanigans in between are fucking hilarious. And you just have this real heart in this movie of the understanding of, hey, just because we like different things and we're all going in different directions, that doesn't mean we can't still be friends.
So, yeah, Superbad.
Yeah, but the importance of, like, having this friendship and, like, not acting like I don't know you is there.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's really good. But the point of the movie is not the MacGuffin, but I guess the MacGuffin is we have to get to this fucking kissing party. Mm-hmm. And in 5th grade, when you're younger, a kissing party is like a big deal. Your first boy-girl party.
Yeah.
Spin the bottle type shit. So, hilarious stuff. I also think it's funnier than Superbad because these 3 little kids are like saying fuck and shit. And there's one scene which is hilarious because cards are like out the wazoo. So the card game for that movie, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, whatever it would be, they pulled this card, and it's like worth $700.
Nice.
And I ain't gonna go into detail, but they broke something. They need money to replace it. So they all pulled this card because they bought all these packs together. So they have this like $700 card. They invite this nerdy guy over because they put it online to sell it, and one of the kids' parents are like sex freaks, so like they use a fucking blow up doll and like dress it up as like an actual woman, and like, oh, my mom's right there, she knows you're here, but they're scared this guy's gonna rob them.
Yeah. So
they find these weapons, and one kid has anal beads that he thinks nunchucks. It's fucking hilarious. It's really fucking good. You need to watch it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound that funny,
Immediately.
but
Well,
little kids cussing and everything. It's like, I think the idea of labeling something as a curse word is stupid. So in my head, it's like little kids should be cussing anyways because they're literally just words.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
Yeah.
But that's the top 5 party movies. Not the most exciting top 5. It's not like this top 5 was a party or anything, but nonetheless, you can tell what kind of movies we like. Alfred Hitchcock didn't make no goddamn party. He did. Holy fuck! Why didn't I put that on my list? Rope is a party movie.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Damn, that would have changed my number 1 for sure.
Yeah. Part of me was like, Glass Onion is like intended to be a murder mystery party, but...
Tell us down in the comment section your top 5. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.
start again. It's a rich thing.